Hi, and welcome again with Umbraco tutorials. Today we are going to do part 20. So let's just revise what we have done in the previous video. We just did the Umbraco 12, which was the new feature of Umbraco 12 was the entity framework. So we have grid together the table, and also we create that migration, and we saw how we can run that migration automatically when we start the project. So today we'll continue on that stuff, but we'll add Umbraco API to give us the ability to update or insert anything to that table. And also we need a UI for that. So the plan is we do the Umbraco API, and after that we jump to create the custom controller. So that custom controller we need to create document type for it too. So that's the plan for today, and let's see together how we can do that stuff. So Umbraco, they have many type of controllers, but today we'll focus on this one. So it's simple, similar if you work with ASP Umbraco, sorry, ASP .NET Core web APIs. They are similar, nothing different. So just here, when you create your controller, you have to inherit from Umbraco API. So there is also, they have many things you can do more. You can authorize it. You can do the routing. It's similar to what you are doing in ASP, nothing different. But how you call it? You call it your domain name, Umbraco, and your slash Umbraco slash your controller name and the endpoint you want, or the area. This area it will be for the back office if you have anything things work in the back office. So the back office controllers that we need to secure it, and only you can call it through the back office. It's something you need to do in the back office when you call something inside Umbraco. You don't need anyone to access it. And maybe we'll do something like that in the future. So now let's jump to Visual Studio. Here we are in the Visual Studio. So before we create the controllers or do anything, I think we have forgot something last time. So we had issue with the migration. So we've been busy with that one, and we forgot to add in the custom DB context the entity type configuration. So what's mean this one here? So we said the name should be maxed to 256. Also, the email should be required, and the subject and the message should be required. That means we have to see it in our database. If we go to the SQL editor, we'll see in the contact us, and if we say the design, we should see here that stuff. So they should be all of them not null, or just the full name, it should be not null, and the rest with this one should be changed here. So what we can do, we have to include the we have to include this line in the migration, and we have to call it here. So we have again to run the migration one more time, and let's add it in this one here. Let's go under this one here. Just we need to add the what we call it. We call it the it's not the feedback. It is the contact us. Okay. So to be contact us configuration, they will call that entity type configuration while we are doing the migration. So let's save it and run the migration one more time. Let's say add dash migration. Let's call it update table. So we should see something new hopefully in this one. It should apply the changes. It's taking time. Build succeed. Yeah, it was first time building and scaffold. So you see here the scaffold we got. So they are saying to us the new configuration we have created, or we have created before, and we forgot to call it in the DB context. Just need to add on model create, call that configuration. So if you have different tables, so here we have contact table. So if I duplicate this one, if let's suppose as example, I have one more table here, and I should create again a new file in this one and create my configuration for it, and I have to duplicate this line, or I can do something loop in the in this classes here. But for now we are fine. So if we support the next thing we have to run the project, should apply the changes. So after that, straight away we can build our controllers. Let's check our database after we're running this one. So let's close this one here, and we're back again to Visual Studio. So we see everything's running. So here the project is running now. We have no issue with the migration. So what we can do now, let's close this one and go back to our Visual SQL editor. Let's give it a refresh. And we go to contact us page. Let's go to the designer again. So now you can see the difference part before env char max. So now what we have added before in our configuration, we can see in this one. So it's not just degrading the table without any configuration. So if we compare this one, let's back one more time here. If you can make it a bit bigger here. So you see what we have already added, we can see it in our configuration. I think that's the benefit of the entity type configuration. So that was from the previous video. Now what we can do, let's go together and build our controllers. So inside the app code, let's close all this too many here. So inside the app code, let's add a new folder and we call it controllers. So inside that one, again, we need to add a new class. Let's call that the class, come on. Let's call it maybe contact us controller. So what we are doing currently is that step should be in the create custom entity framework here. Before we create already the table and everything and the configuration, and also create the notification that to run the migration for us when we run the project. And we are here. So here what they have done? They have created an Umbraco API controller, and also they injecting the entity framework core scope that's from Umbraco. And yes, you have to add your type of the custom DB context with the scope. So that scope will make it easy for you to just call the your table to get the data or update or insert or do or delete. I have created something already, so just let me copy it and to save the time, and we can explain it here. So let's back to Visual Studio, and let's remove this one here. Let's add it. So it will say, oh my God, all gone. So what we have here, what we have created already. So I create something called get all. We'll take instance of the scope and create the scope. So and we said execute with content async. So that will give us array of contact us. Also the second one get by ID. So I can send the ID of that. Let's say that message I got. So I can see the message or single message, and also I can insert it. That's here till now we are fine. So that's same as any web API in ASP.NET Core. So we don't need to care about it. But let's give it a try and check it with Postman maybe, just to see how it's working with Postman, just to make sure all working good before we jump to the second step. Mr. Postman is on. And our project is on. Give it a bit. The project is running and Postman is here. So I tried before, let's say I need just the endpoint for this project. So let's go add this one here. So we said we need the project domain or localhost here. Also the Umbraco, after that we say API, and the controller name, and the operation we are doing is insert. So here what we'll send in this one will be post type, and we go to our body. So in the body we can send the full name, email, subject, and the message. If you execute this one, it should straight away send something to the database. If nothing coming to the database, that means we have issue. Let's say select all in that database, and it's taking time. I don't know why sometime. Let's try it one more time and select. So that's what we have sent through Postman. Is we are getting it. We are getting that data inserted to our database. So all good here now, and everything is fine. And also we can try maybe. Let's try. We can try get, or we can try the. Yeah, let's try which one we call it there. We call it get or get all maybe. Let's say get all. After that, you can say get by ID. Let's leave this one. Back to Postman. It will move this one to get, and let's say here get all. Just will wait the project to run. I just updated my Windows today, and I feel something happened. It's not okay with it. Maybe you need more restart. It's taking time, some time to load the data. So the project is working fine, and let's say get. I don't need the body here. I don't need anything. Just say get. It should give me everything. So I have only one here. That's fine. If I can try. Let's say post here to see if I can many. We're getting many here should be. So in the body, let's back again to the row here. I don't need here. I in this one. Let's back to the body here. Let's say number one, I don't know, one, subject one, and message number one, just to see that difference. And we say again here get, or and let's leave it get, and the body doesn't matter. Send it. So everything's working fine. That's great. So we have something called, I think, get by ID, and we'll send the ID number one. We should get first one only. And that's correct. And send this one. That's fantastic. So now the next step is we need to create a UI for this API. So I need to create something in the back office to allow us to send the, let's say, we allow the end user to send the data through that API to us. So how we can do that one? We can come to the back office in settings. Let's go to, let's say in the admin pages maybe. Let's create something here new. Let's call it maybe contact us, and let's give it icon or color. I don't know what, maybe message. Yep. And we take from the composition, we need the layout. No, we need the page only in this one. So we need the page settings plus the metadata for it. And we need to create here something called content, maybe here, nice. And inside that content, I need to create two things. So I need to give the ability to enable or disable that email feedback. And also I need a rich text editor. We can add that at the top of the page. We'll see why we need that one. Maybe in future we can work, because we have something on the plan to do Umbraco macro and Umbraco forums. So that we need that here to be that rich text editor to test it here. So we add that rich text editor here, and also I need to add something, a Boolean will be, let's call it enable Umbraco or enable email feedback. Let's be true false here only, and let's submit it, and that's it here in this page, to be honest with you, nothing more. So after we save this one, we'll jump to the Oh yeah, let's add it to the home page before we go. Let's go to our permissions and add under the home page something called where we added it there. It should be in here, and submit this one and save it. So now we'll work on the front end. It will be a bit of JavaScript and a bit of yeah, it will be simple one after we save this one. So after saving this one, straight away we'll get a view called contact us. And we'll get that view there, and we can work with it straight away. Nice. After saving this one, let's go create it straight away, but it's better for us to create it. Let's say, give me contact us page, call it contact us, and we'll display it on the nav bar too. I will not add anything here now, but let's say test body content. And this one will leave it enabled too, and save and publish. So that's done here. Let's close this one now. So we should get in the views, we should get something called contact us, which is this one. I don't need the layout here. And under this one, I want to copy from the main template we have, the headers for that stuff. So I think we have how many div? We have div and main, and this one like this. So this is our main page. So in this one we can call the model to get the body content. So under that body content, also I need to check if the model that is enable already the feedback or no. It's in case something came now. So the feedback forum, I want to do it in partial view. So let's go to the partial view. Let's create here something called contact us net, this one. And also we can create a view on this one. Let's call it empty razor view. Let's call it feedback forum. So this one will be empty almost. I'll copy my piece of code to save time. So what I'm doing here, I create a simple forum with the input called full name and also required in the front end and email. I'm leaving this one as a text for now. It should be email, but I'll leave it as a text. No, sorry, not this one. That type for this. And also the subject and the message. And we have button here called send. So that all will be done just the front end. So how I can handle this data I inserted in this one to be sent to the controller. But before that, let's go to let's back to our contact us forum. Maybe we can call that method here. So it will be the partial view, name, contact us, and the forum, and which is this one here. We can check it very quick. So after that, we can make sure the JavaScript will add the JavaScript to there. So here we can see now the contact us page. If we click on that one, we should be able to see that forum 1, 2, 3, and we are seeing that forum. So that's what we need currently, and we see the body here. That's what we need. So but when I fill the data, I need to get validation plus send this data to our database through the controller. So to do that one, we go again under the contact us partial view. Let's add here a small JavaScript file We call it same name to be nested, and we call it through this file here. Let's say include the JavaScript here. So what we need inside this JavaScript? Inside the JavaScript, we need to write a small code to call the, that's not small, it's 87 line. That's still fine. So what we are saying, so they said when the submit button, this one here, where is it? No, this one here. When someone click this one, get all the data or create an object, yeah, and fetch all the data or get all the data from the full name, email, and subject, and insert them or save them inside that object. After that, I have created a small notification. We'll copy them too from the, let's say, what we are doing this to small partial views. So this one, when we send successfully, we'll see a message. Something simple like this, nothing difficult here. And also when when something we have failure or we have succeed. So same again. Let's create this one and just simple code here, just simple UI too. Just saying it has been submitted or there is failure when happening. So we are just calling that two messages here. We store them and they are already hidden, both of them. So here we are using fetch. We are saying go to the Umbraco API, contact us, insert, will be post and JSON data, justify our data to JSON. And after that, saying if the result is completed, remove the denon from the succeed message and add it to the other one. That's simple, very simple code. And also I have add simple validation. It should be something better than this, to be honest with you. But I said here, if the full name is null, so show me message. That's the copy it for all the other data subject. Sorry, the subject or the message. So I have something small, simple under each one of them. If you back here, so we have something called validation message. You can use Bootstrap. I think you don't need to do all that stuff. And Bootstrap will be easier. You will see a bit committed code that will be in the next video. Hopefully we'll do it together. We'll just uncommit them and show you how we can use Google reCAPTCHA with this one. So that's all here. I think it is not that hard thing, to be honest with you. It's something nice. So just small piece of JavaScript and HTML that solve our issue. So let's run the project and we see what we can get here. So currently we have only one thing here. Let's go straight away to what we call it. We can get contact us. Let's see if we can go straight away. No, I don't know why. Maybe still the project not running. Let's check again. Yeah, hopefully we need to restart the laptop many times after this update. I shouldn't do the update. And let's go to contact us. Yeah, just be there is a dash between them. So let's add my name from Umbraco contact us forum. That's the long one. Let's leave this one X and that add a message. Avoid it somewhere. I get someone bad review. I don't need to. So test at test2 and let's send it. It should do tick 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 tick. Something happen and let's go again here. In the console, they are saying you have an issue. That issue could be something is missing. They are not finding this class. I think we forgot to include them. Let's back again and in this one, yeah. See, we forgot to include the partial reviews. So they should be maybe here. So just need to call that partial review because in the JavaScript we are calling that partial review to show to the user if something inserted or not. But we should get something here if I run this one. Oh, see, we got our old message and we got our new message. But let's do it one more time to make sure all is okay. And again, we are waiting Umbraco to be up here. Let's go again to contact us and we can try it one more time. Let's say me, avoid it, and I don't know, do I have something here? Yeah, let's try this one. And we need the email here too. And let's say send, and we can see the submission message here. So if there is any error during the sending or the API is not up or something happened, so we'll see different message. I think we can hide all form after we send. I don't know, I'm sure that's back to you. You can do the best things. And let's go back to our database one more time and check, is it there? So here our data. So that's bring it to the end of this video. I hope this a few simple things would be useful and what we are learning here. So in the next video, we need to protect this forum or that API. So we don't need people always to go and jump and just send you per day maybe, or just clicking like this and breaking your site. So we don't need to avoid that one. There is many solutions, but the best things we can do it, we can create a new service. We call it Google reCAPTCHA, and I will show you how we can use Google reCAPTCHA with Umbraco here and how we can create it as a service. That will be for the next video. And the video after that, we need to create UI for the data rather than so as we said, we insert it to our database, but we don't know how to get this data from database or show it to the people who want to see it as a administrator in the maybe in the back office. We can see this data and they can see anyone complain or anything have done anything here. So let's bring it to the end of this video. I hope you have learned something and we didn't talk too much and make you bored. Thank you and see you in the next video.